Can Beneil Dariush pull off the upset over Islam Makhachev at UFC Fight Night? Find out what the fighters are thinking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
I'm really excited for this one because this is where we find out how good Islam really is, because I keep saying I don't know how good Islam is. I don't, because he's just smashing people, but he's not doing it like Dan Hooker, super high level. But that matchup was built for Islam to win. He's just not a wrestler. Australians are typically not great wrestlers. It was just made for him. So although he did beat a very high caliber guy, he did it in a way that makes me still wonder how good he is. Dariush, fantastic grappler, fantastic wrestler, fantastic striker. He does all those things very well. Now, obviously, one part of his game is significantly better than the rest, which is why this is so interesting to me. This is kind of that Dagestani top pressure, catch wrestling, jiu-jitsu heavy game versus a very traditional jiu-jitsu guy. So, and Dariush has got power in his hands. He's dangerous on his feet. I'm really interested. If I had to, again, you gave me $500 and I'd put it on someone, it's probably going on Islam. But I am very interested. It's the same thing with Chimaev. I want to see him against someone very, very good in all areas, because I just want to know how good he is. It's not that I'm not knocking these guys. I just want to actually know how good they are.
I think Islam, he's the more powerful grappler. Like, it's not going to be it's going to be the exact opposite of the Battle of the Raphaels. Like, it's going to be a boring fight. They're not going to be explosive with their striking. They're not going to be explosive with their grappling, because either one of them is going to want to make a mistake. But I think Islam's just, he looks stronger. I'd have to ask Drew to really find out, but he looks stronger. I think he'll be able to hold down Beneil. He's not going to get off a lot of ground and pound. He's not going to have to. He's going to move just enough to prevent the referee from giving him a stand-up and just eke out the decision victory.
Everybody, I'm sure, is going with Islam just because, the hype behind him. He's the next Khabib, they're saying. But I like Dariush too, because he's kind of been, on a winning streak. A lot of times when he might have not been the favorite, he might have been the underdog a lot of those times, and so he's been really shining when he needs to shine. So that'll be an interesting fight. And Dariush is a technician on the ground as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Islam can really manhandle some of those guys that are really, really good ground guys. Like, he beat Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker's specialty is in his striking. It's not his grappling. So it'll be interesting to see how he does against a higher level grappler like Dariush. But I got to go with Islam, man. He's got so much hype behind him.
I like Beneil, man. Great guy. I think he can take it. They got a very similar style. Beneil's got a great ground game, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
I like the Dariush guy. I think he'll come out with the upset.
I want to go with Dariush because his grappling should be able to nullify Islam's. Usually when two black belts get in there together, it ends up being a striking match. And I've seen a lot more of Dariush's striking, and I think he gets it done on the feet, keeping it standing, and he's able to get the knockout or, sprawl and brawl and outpoint him.
I'm going with Islam, the first one you mentioned, man.
Fun fight, man. That's a fun fight. I'm going with Beneil. I think he stops the hype train.
With that original flow, head kicks with the pros, picks up the fights or anything in the mix. Getting closer to the heart of the flame, bringing conversations with heavy hitting names. You feel the love of the game.